okay. All right, everybody. Look, I've got another box. Right, okay, so what's inside this box today? Well, it's a huge box, and inside is a huge bike. It's massive, it is big. So let's have a quick look what's inside this box and then get the bike by here. Right, okay, so in the box is the big yellow bike. Then we've got the rear mudguard, we got the battery, then we've got the big, huge, massive wheel, then we got the front mudguard, then we got another box with a charger, we've got some tools, we've got some spare bits, we've got some pedals, we've got something in this box here. Let's have a look what's inside this box. Right, okay, and that box looks like a bell. Then we got some cable ties and we've got the manual. And here it is, all put together. And I gotta say, it's a very big bike. In fact, I'd say it's huge. So let's have a bit of a closer look at this bike. Now, at the front by here, you can see we got an adjustable stem there. That adjusts up and down. Now, if you was thinking about doing tall BMX handlebars on this bike, I'll come round to the front here, and these are on the higher setting, and you'll see that these cables are quite tight here, right? So you can't really go that much higher with the cables the way they are. So if you did want BMX handlebars on here, it'd have to be quite low ones. We got a nice big headlight there at the front. The battery is situated here in the frame, drops in above. We have got a nice heavy duty rear rack. Then down there, we've got a nice big, down there look, nice big hub. So this is what it looks like with me sitting on this bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimetres or 1.78 metres. Now the seat here is on its lowest point, almost on its lowest setting, because it is a tall bike. The handlebars are at their highest, and I've still got to lean forward slightly because there is quite a big distance between the handlebars and the seat. So this bike does suit a taller person. Here up on the handlebars, we have got a half twist throttle there, but it is a legal sort of 3.7 miles per hour or 6 kilometers per hour twist throttle, 7-speed Shimano. Here's the display. We've got the buttons down here. Let's turn the display on like so. And there we go. There's the display, and the display, if it comes on, shows the miles per hour there. And then the battery level is up there. You've got your plus and minus buttons down here. And then you've got an info button. And then on the side there is your light button. So if you can see me through the wheel, tyres 26 times 4 inches. The disc brakes here, they're 180mm discs, and then you've got hydraulic brakes. Now the battery is removable, or you can leave it in and you can charge it with this port here. Look, there we go. Can you see in there? You can charge it there. And if you look down here, by here, look, right by here, you can see that it is a cadence sensor. Okay, at the back here, let's turn the light on like so. That is the rear light. Then when I pull the brake, there we go, lovely bright brake light. Let's have a look around here at the front. And there we go at the front, look, a lovely bright front headlight. So the battery that is housed here is 48 volts and 16 amp hours. Then the carrying capacity of this rear rack here is 25 kilograms max. So here we have the magnet of truth. So the front mudguard, plastic. The rear mudguard, plastic. The wheels, some form of aluminium. The frame, some form of aluminium. The handlebars and the stem, some form of aluminium. Come at the back here, the pedal arms, some form of aluminium. And the pedals, some form of aluminium. And the rack itself is some form of aluminium. So we can say that this bike is constructed of mostly some form of aluminium. Right, okay then, so that was a good look around the ENGWE E26. So let's get this bike out, and it's a big bike, out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are, out on the open road. Let's take a left by here, down this bit of a road by here, and then we'll go across the other side, like that, through there, and then across here. Now, it is a big bike. Have I mentioned that this is a big bike? So it does feel like a big bike when you're on the bike, but once you're on it, it's absolutely fine. Now, I would say that I am 5'10" or 1.78 meters or 178 centimeters. When I get off the bike and I stand off the seat, the top bar is high. It's quite high for a man of my height. If you're taller than me, it'll be absolutely fine. So let's pull over to the side by here, come to a stop. Now, we know that it's going to be, you know, limited to 15.5 miles per hour. So we'll just see how quick it gets to 15.5 miles per hour. It is a cadence sensor. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't like hard pedaling, this is the bike for you, because cadence sensors make it easy. So here we go. And we'll also test how long it takes for the cadence sensor to kick in. So let's just check behind me. Everything's clear. There we go. So that's half turn, half a turn. There we go, half a turn. And then let's see how quick you get to 15.5. And there we go. It does get to 15.5 quite quick. And it's half a turn on the crank and you're away. Now we're going to head into the mountain roads. And then I'm going to do a nice bit of off-roading, because we all like a nice bit of off-roading. And it's beautiful weather today, so it is the weather for off-roading. Now there are a selection of different colours to choose from, depending on stock. So I'll put up the different colours on the screen now, so you can see which colour you like. Obviously, I've got the yellow one. Now the next test we're going to do, just a little bit further up by here, is the hill test. How easy is it to get up the hill? It should be fairly easy, because like I said, it's got a cadence sensor. Cadence sensors are usually easy to get up hills, so we will find out very shortly. Right, just around this corner is the hill. I'm in gear 3 at the moment. I'm in level 5, so here's the hill. So let's get the pedals going around, and then we'll see how difficult it is. I'm actually on the verge of, you know, the cusp of when it cuts out at 15.5 miles per hour. So when we go a little bit slower, it should be a little bit easier. But at the moment, we're going up here easy. Just watch this car and another car, Tesla. This is the steepest part by here now. I am in gear 3. I have got to push down on the pedals a little bit. So I have got to keep pushing on the pedals. I am assisting the bike a little bit, but that's not too bad, because obviously the cadence sensor keeps the motor on full power basically. So there we go, and that was a steep hill. And like I always say, it is very difficult to show how steep a hill is on the camera. It just doesn't show for some reason. Now, on my journey along this mountain road, 2 cars have actually come to a stop, and that is exactly what you should do when you meet the cyclist on a narrow lane. You should come to a stop if you're in a car, because if the cyclist falls over and you keep going, it's going to be not very nice. There's a car coming down here. It's a lay-by, so I'm pulling over this time. Taxi. Okay. Now, because I've stopped by here, let's just test the twist throttle by here. It's a legal twist throttle, and I don't think it'll even get me up this sort of slight slope. So here we go. There we go, look. It's gone forward a little bit and it's come to a stop. And then if I try the walk function, which I think will be exactly the same as the legal twist throttle, there we go. Got the minus button down, and it's doing exactly the same thing. So there we go. The legal twist throttle isn't that good at getting you going on hills, because they reduce the power so much that it can't get you going on hills. Anyway, right, okay, we'll get past this village and then we'll have a quick look at the seat, because it seems very comfortable, this seat does. It seems, the shape of the seat seems very comfortable. Anyway, we'll get up by here and then we'll pull over and have a look at the seat. And I will say that the seat post is, I'm bouncing up and down to show you, the seat post is a suspension seat post. It's a firm seat post, but it is a suspension seat post. So let's get up by here and then we'll have a quick look at the seat, and then after that we'll do a brake test, and then after that we'll do a bit of off-roading. Right, okay, so here's the seat. Now, the shape of this seat does feel really comfortable, and it is quite soft, look. So it's got plenty of squish. There's my hand for reference. So it's quite wide, and it is comfortable. But let's get this bike further on up the road there, and we'll do a brake test up that way. Now, I'm going to do a brake test ahead of me when it gets flat, when it opens up in the road by here. The rear brake is on the right, and the front brake is on the left. So here we go, let's get to 15.5 miles per hour. Ready, steady, go. There's quite a lot of skidding at the back there then. So let's have a quick look behind us, because it did skid quite a bit. It stopped pretty well, but the back wheel was skidding quite a lot. So let's have a quick look. So if you look down there, there's no actual tyre compound on the road. So it means the tyre compound is sort of firm. And it is a warm day, so we'll call the tyre compound quite a firm tyre compound, because it was skidding, but I can't see any sort of rubber on the road. So we've got another hill to climb in front of us before we get to the off-road stuff. So let's just, well, I'll wait by here a second because there's another car. For some reason, it's extremely busy today. This mountain road is usually quiet, but for some reason, it's just quite a lot of cars. So this is another steep hill, but once your legs are going around, it seems to be absolutely fine. Because I'm not doing any work at all at the moment, I'm just making my legs go round. I'll pull over by the right, and we'll try the walk function. There we go, we'll pull over by here in the shade, like that. And we'll get off the bike and try the walk function when I'm not on it, because, you know, I do weigh a bit. So the walk function should be able to, you know, get the bike up the hill without me on it, surely. And there we go, yes. So it's pulling the bike up the hill. I'm not pushing the bike at all. So it does make the bike go up the hill without me on it, which is what a walk function is for. That's why it's called a walk function. But I think the twist throttle is acting just like the walk function. That's what it feels like to me. Right, because it's quite hard to get going on a hill, I'm going to have to go that way and then that way. That means that the cadence sensor will kick in then. So let's try and go across the road like this. It's not ideal being on a big hill like this. So let's get across this way. And we've got enough time for the cadence sensor to kick in, and then we're off. So there we go. And this hill is quite steep. Anyway, next destination is definitely a bit of off-roading. Right, okay, so I've been doing a bit of off-roading, and I gotta say, the bike is handling it really, really well. The tyres seem to be holding up to all this gravel and grit. There's lots of sharp stones and stuff, and everything seems to be all right. So I'm gonna head back this way now. I gotta get out a little bit further down, and there's some of them like horse things. I can't explain them. They're like steps that horses climb over. They're supposed to stop motorcycles but let horses through. So I'm gonna have to lift the bike over there, but the trouble is, because this is a big bike, it's quite long as well, so it might be a little bit difficult, but we'll see when we get there. Now, if you are interested in this bike, all the links will be down in the description below, and there'll also be a discount code for the ENGWE website, so go and check it out. Right, so in front of me here is the horse things I mean. So they're like two bits of wood, but what I mean is, a short bike, you can get them in between the bits of wood. We'll just see how difficult it is. I'll tell you what, I'll put a camera over there somewhere and you can watch me struggle, just for a laugh. Right, okay, here we go then. So, front tyre over. No, I got to bring the back tyre over, like that. But see, the bike doesn't fit in there, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad. There we go. And then over there, and over there. It wasn't that bad, was it? It wasn't that bad. Anyway, let's carry on. Right, okay, so I've made it by here, and I'm going to do the big hill test in a second. Now, some people have asked me in the comment section, why do I do the downhill test? It's not a speed test as such. It's more of a test of how the bike handles at speed. And I can only get up to high speeds by going down a hill. So that's why I do a hill test. It's right behind me. So let's get on with the hill test and see how fast we go down and see what it's like. Right, here we go then, the hill test. Just got to go down this little bit by here, turn to the left, and then we're on the big hill. And I think it's the second part of the hill is where you get the most speed. The first part is sort of, you get into the mid-20s. I can see a car's coming behind me, so I'm gonna just ease off a second because I'll let the car go past me. Unless he's turning into the car park behind me. Is he coming? Yeah, here he comes. Right, here we go then. 12 miles per hour. Woo! 17 miles per hour. 21 miles per hour. And I'm just checking to see if I can feel any wobbling in the wheels or how the frame is holding up. And so far it's okay. 24.5 miles per hour. 25 miles per hour, 26 miles per hour. I will have to slow down for this corner. 27 miles per hour, 28, 29. I've got to slow down for this corner. And then I should be able to get a little bit faster. The road's not very good either. Okay, I should be able to get a little bit faster on this next part of the road. I've got to hold on because it's very bumpy. Here we go then. This bit here is the fastest part. Here we go. 30, 31, 32. Can we get to 33? Yes, 33, 34, 35.6. I'll have to slow down for the corner. There we go. 35.6. And I felt absolutely fine. So that's, I'm going to give that 10 out of 10 because it felt absolutely fine at 36 point whatever it was miles per hour. Anyway, I've made it to the bottom of the hill, safe and sound, and I'm going to make my way back. Right, okay then, that's my review of the ENGWE E26 High-Step. All the links will be down in the description below, so go and check them out. If you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment, hype, do all them beautiful things, and I'll catch you in the next one.